Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the brofict one, AJ. With me, as always, is my co-host, Noah Engelbretson. Noah, it's a big day. We're in the sports equinox. First of all, I want to say happy sports equinox to everybody. We're in the time of the year, the only time of the year where all four major American sports will be played at the same time. And damn, did we get a good taste of that tonight? We had baseball, hockey, and NBA tipping off tonight. It was a beautiful night. I want to start with basketball, no, just because it's the new thing. It's the new thing on the block real quick. And let's talk about the geriatric Lakers really quick, the retirement home that's being built out there at the Staples Center. Lakers losing 114 to 121. You know, honest to God, what happened is exactly what I thought would happen. You know, second half comes around, a lot of those guys get tired, they're older, they need to go to sleep, but the Warriors are still here to play, still here to ball. And so Warriors went off 121 to 114. I am starting a campaign right now, Noah. Right now, I want to let you know, welcome to the campaign. Hashtag fade the Lakers. They ain't doing shit this season. I am as far off on them. Like, I'm so down on them as I can be. What are your initial thoughts on the Lakers and the retirement home going down there in Staples Center?
I mean, they're going to win games this season, assuming they're healthy. Like, they have the star power to win those games. Russell Westbrook obviously having a terrible game
tonight.
What was his stat line?
Let me pull it up really quick, but it was not a pretty one. For Russell Westbrook, we've got he played 35 minutes. He had 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 points. Like, bro, what are we doing? That's not basketball right there. That's sitting on the fucking bench.
You know, I'm starting to see a little bit of what I was worried about. I know I told you this when, you know, they brought that big three together, is there's too much congestion. Like, they're not going to be able to flow. Like, if they had a Chris Paul instead of a Russell Westbrook, which obviously they were kind of going after Chris Paul as well, but
Suns held on to him.
Ultimately decided to go with Russ instead of Chris Paul.
And I mean,
I don't think Russ is the right guy for the job here. I mean, with LeBron and AD, I mean, that paint's just too congested.
Really is.
It's too many guys vying for rebounds in the paint and shit like that. So
yeah, and you got AD playing 39 minutes, going 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 33 points, and LeBron going 37 minutes, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and 34 points. You got to produce more if you're Russell Westbrook. You got to be that third person in the big three because no one else is going to do it. Dwight Howard, for example, 13 minutes, 6 rebounds, 0 assists, 5 points. I mean, I almost take that over Russell Westbrook's 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 8 points. This Lakers team just has to figure it out. I think they'll be dangerous. Let me rephrase that. I don't think they'll be good. Dangerous.
They'll be good.
They'll be good. They'll win some basketball games. But they're not contenders whatsoever. I'm going to say that right now coming out of the gate. After watching this game tonight, I'm not a fan of them whatsoever, what they're doing. I hate the Lakers.
So our other NBA game of the night, AJ.
Yeah. Bucks and the Nets.
Brooklyn Nets at the Milwaukee Bucks. We got the banner raising ceremony, everything, you know, the rings, all that for Milwaukee.
All that fun stuff.
I had the Bucks to win this game.
As did I.
To be honest. But, man, Milwaukee looked good. I mean, Giannis just imposed his will on the Nets tonight.
It's disgusting, dude. It really is at this point. Like, what Giannis can do to a team. Because you look at the stat line. Like, I'm looking at the stat line right now. Giannis putting up 31 minutes, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 32 points. Like, that's a pretty average stat line for a superstar like that. But he just creates such an impact.
You say average for a superstar?
Yeah, for a superstar. You know what I mean? We're talking LeBron James level.
32, 14, and 7 is average for a superstar?
I think so. I mean, LeBron usually gets a double-double,
Oh my
so I'm
God,
not even going to
fucking.
talk about that. But
Okay, sorry. I don't know what rock I've been living under where 32, 14, and 7 is average, but
hey, again, he did wonderful. I'm not saying he didn't do bad. I just think maybe our levels are a little bit off at this point for who does really good. But Giannis, he controlled this game, and that's the big takeaway from this, I think, is that Giannis just controlled the game. He was only on the floor for 31 minutes, which I think is a good amount of time for him to be on the floor. You don't need him out there the entire time.
that's regular season.
True. With regular season, absolutely. You got to save him as much as you can. But he's just a force. Whenever he's on that court, you can't take your eyes off him if you're a viewer. You definitely can't take your eyes off of him if you're a defender. Giannis is just something else. The Bucks are kind of dangerous to repeat this year. I'm not gonna lie. I looked them up earlier in the book. I had them at plus 116. Plus 1,600 to win the championship again. Honestly, might jump on that because that's a damn good line. Suns plus 1,200. I'm sorry, plus 2,100, I believe. Might hop on that as well. But the Bucks, and against a Nets team that's supposed to be a playoff contender as well. Nets didn't look terrible. It just did not look nearly as good as the Bucks did.
I gotta say, I mean, the Bucks are going to repeat unless anybody can find a way to stop Giannis because
you can't stop Giannis.
He literally has just been imposing his will on anybody and everybody, and unless you can stop Giannis, you're not going to win a championship. And no. I don't know if there's a single team in the NBA who can stop Giannis. So I mean, who knows?
Well, let me tell you someone who's going to try. I can tell you someone who's going to try to stop Giannis. We got DeAndre Ayton on the Phoenix Suns. He is negotiating his contract
because that worked out so well.
Well, obviously, that's the point being. He wants a max contract, and the Suns don't want to give it to him. And I don't blame him because he can't stop Giannis. But no one can stop Giannis.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, nothing to do with what I was saying. I'm just saying, like, the Bucks will repeat unless somebody can find a way to neutralize Giannis Antetokounmpo, which I don't think can happen because, I mean, here's my take. He is, and it's not only my take, it's not a super hot take, but Giannis is the best player in the NBA right now.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And maybe ever. He might be the best all-around player ever. If he can up his free throw percentage and his 3-point percentage, he's the best player to ever play the game.
I mean, excuse me, still coming off of the IR. But you look at his practice footage and everything. I mean, he's learning to shoot the three. He's learning to get those free throws. His free throws this game alone. The time that it took him to take a free throw is down.
He's down to about like 4.5, 5 seconds average on his free throw now. So everybody counting to 10, that's gone because he's shooting in like 4 to 5 seconds now.
Yeah, and you really can't complain about that. And that's one of the parts of his games he needed to figure out. The other part being his 3-point shooting, but he seems to have that down. I think that Giannis is going to win MVP this year. Go ahead and throw that down. I'm going to take a look at those odds really quick because I'm not sure what those are at right now. Love to see the MVP odds.
He's got to be damn near the favorite. I mean, I'm sure Embiid might be the favorite, but
Embiid is probably the favorite, which I don't understand whatsoever.
I mean, really Embiid's a beast, but anyways, you look that up. And then
MVP, you got Luka at plus 400, Giannis at plus 700, tied with Kevin Durant at plus 700.
Durant's not going to win it.
Durant's not going to. Oh, I'm sorry. Also tied with Joel Embiid at plus 700. So, I mean, good value on all three of those guys, but I think that Giannis is the one that you go with. Like, I really don't see. And then you have Steph Curry coming behind it, plus 800. But unless that Warriors team can make a playoff run, I don't see him winning MVP by any stretch of the imagination. He can put up 40 points a fucking game, and he won't be an MVP still.
Anyways, AJ, we had some excitement.
Yeah, where?
In both of our series here for the MLB.
Dude, it was a great day for MLB.
Braves had a very good chance at making this a 3-0 series. Unfortunately, Dodgers with some late game heroics come up to not tie it, but to make it a 2-1 series. I know we're both disappointed about that.
Hate to see it. You really do.
As most of America should be, and hopefully is.
Yeah, the Dodgers, you just hate to see the Dodgers win. Like, don't get me wrong. I say this as a person who's a fan of the Diamondbacks and the Cubs. There needs to be a cap so that these teams can compete. But seeing the Dodgers just win any game in general is just heartbreaking. You know, I hate to see it, especially against the Braves team that seemed like they were trending so hot. I really thought the Braves had this one, especially early. That's why I dumped a bunch of money on them on the live money line. And here we are today with the Dodgers still winning. I hate it. I still like honest to God, though, watching this series so far, I still like the Braves to win.
They're still up 2-1. Although the Braves did go up 2-0 on the Dodgers last year.
True.
In the same series and ended up losing in 7.
True.
I think 7. I'm hoping this year's different. God, I mean, if Ronald Acuna Jr. wasn't injured,
a different ballgame.
I'd be heavy on this Braves team, but I'm still skeptical. I mean, I'm still skeptical. Like their batting is still really good. I mean, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about the Braves is what I would say is like my situation on them, because I hope they win, but I still, for some reason, feel like the Dodgers are going to find a way to pull this one out.
I hate to agree with you, Noah. I really do. Like, just in general, I hate to agree with you, but especially when it comes to the Dodgers, like we're looking at this Dodgers team. If they can, I want the Braves. I really want the Braves to win more than anything right now. And if this Dodgers team, they suddenly get hot, they can win 4 in a row. I mean, it's game over. This Dodgers team is too good, and they got the money to back.
They have the pitching. They have the pitching to do it.
And that's the thing that scares me. They have the pitching to do it. But with that being said, Noah, even though that the Dodgers do have the pitching, bro, the overs have been hitting in literally every single one of these MLB playoff games. I believe the Dodgers Braves, I saw them at 9.5 today, and they're hitting 11.
Not at all. I mean, the unders were hitting for a long time, and then now all the overs are hitting.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about right now. I mean, you got the last couple of days, the Red Sox hitting 2 grand slams. That hit the over in the second inning right then and there. I mean, and then today they're at 11 runs. The over-under was at 10. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Can we talk about Kike Hernandez, though? Holy
shit.
Kike,
what a dog, bro. I love that man.
I don't know. I don't think he hit any home runs today, but as of a couple days ago, he had 5 home runs in the first 7 playoff games.
Oh,
and
unbelievable.
Kike can hit his home runs, but he's not a
power hitter by any means.
He's not a home run hitter. He's not your like traditional like hit a bunch of home runs type of guy. But holy shit, he's been going off.
Yeah.
And AJ, what did I say? I said this Red Sox team is different.
You did.
I was big on this Red Sox team. I'm still big on them. They did lose today.
They did lose today, 9-2 to the Astros. After the Astros just came out and blew them up in 1 inning. Like, it was unbelievable.
Well, in the 9th, I think, or
in the 9th
or whatever. But yeah, unfortunate. I still have faith in the Red Sox to win this. I still like the Red Sox to win the World Series. I mean,
yeah, I do too. And I believe we both have tickets on them, right, to win the World Series.
I took them at the very beginning of the playoffs. Not
So
at the
did I.
beginning of the playoffs, but I took them after they beat the Yankees in the wild card game. I took them at plus 1,300. So, I mean,
Nice. Good odds there. I took them before the Yankees game, before the Yankees series, and took them at plus 1,600. So Vegas obviously doesn't have a lot of faith in them, but that's what you love to see when Vegas doesn't have a lot of odds. And here we have this series right here.
What have I said? Boston is they're a championship city. That's all they do. It's a little bit annoying. I root for some of the teams. I root against some of the teams. I don't know. But all I can say is Boston sports. They just win.
They do. They love winning.
They just fucking win. They just fucking win.
They fucking do.
It is the greatest sports city in the United States because all they do is just fucking win. All of their teams.
It is. And if you're listening to this early in the morning before the Red Sox and Astros play at 2:00 in the afternoon, Eastern time. I'm sorry, West Coast time. Dude, Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 155. I kind of fucking love that. Because they're minus 130 on the money line. Astros plus 110. They're in Fenway. I might get that 1.5. We'll talk about that later, though, on Degenerate Bets at a later time. Just wanted to throw that out there.
We do have another sport to talk about, AJ.
You want to talk about my favorite sport going right now?
Well, it's it's the sport that majority of America loves to just not pay attention to, and I don't know why. I think it's because they haven't watched it. Because if you fucking watch hockey, you will get into hockey. That is all I have to say.
Truth, dude. Truth. I even talked about it. I did an earlier live cast through the YouTube. Stay tuned to Degenerate Takes on Twitter for when we go live. But I even said earlier, ESPN, they're doing a fucking great job of promoting hockey for once. It is so nice to see hockey being covered and talked about.
Every game is on ESPN Plus, so
yeah,
you can literally watch the entire
wonderful.
NHL this season. It's beautiful. NHL is back. It was never gone. It's now back for viewership, I guess.
No, absolutely, dude. I was flipping between the Red Wings, the Sabres, and the Wild all fucking night. It was wonderful.
AJ, we might have had the game of the year.
You think so?
We might have had the game of the year in the third game of the season.
Which one?
The Wild and the Jets, man.
That was a damn good game. This Wild team might be for real, bro.
Hey, 3-0. 3-0.
3-0. Got the Wild on. I love it.
We got it. Holy shit. So if you didn't watch this game, it's scores 5-4. Winnipeg scores a goal to make it 6-4. The Wild challenge it. It's reviewed. Winnipeg was offsides. Score says 5-4. Minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. Wild end up, pull the goalie, end up scoring it, tie the game, go to overtime. Wild win in overtime. Just fucking tremendous. We love it. We're 3-0.
It's great.
But the events of this game, holy shit! Like I'm telling you, like this game was so exciting, back and forth and shit like that. This could be game of the year.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the better games that I was watching today. I have no complaints about it whatsoever.
Should be a nominee at least for game of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Wild team, I'm not going to lie, Noah, going into this season, I was a little bit down on them. I didn't think they were going to produce a lot, but they're putting up goals, bro. They're putting up goals, honestly, left, right, center, and even up and down. Like, it's impressive what they're doing right now. You think the Wild are going to make the cup, bro?
I ain't gonna jump that far up ahead, but I mean, this is a playoff team, and I had no doubts about that going into this season. Like the Wild are going to be a playoff team. I don't know how far they'll make it or not, but I mean they're a good team. They can score. They got good defense. They got good goalies. Well, they'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've seen, like most of the projections have them like second or third in the division after like Colorado and possibly Winnipeg, but we obviously came back and beat Winnipeg tonight. So I don't know. Hey, fuck it. I'm buying it on the Wild. Let's go. I mean, Kirill Kaprizov doesn't even have a fucking goal yet, and we're still 3-0.
True.
Our best player, well, 24-year-old Russian dude, didn't have a goal yet, but he's going to start scoring. We're going to start, scoring more, and the Wild could be a dangerous team.
They could be coming into the season. I really like them a lot. A hell of a lot better than I like my Arizona Coyotes, dude. Let's just go ahead and fade them the entire fucking season, bro.
They very well might be the worst team in the entire NHL.
Easily, bro. Easily the worst team. I watched their game the other night, bro, and it was like I've never played hockey a day in my life. And I feel like I could have coached better. I feel like I could have played better. Like it's just, and that's not a look you want for your team. It's just not. The Coyotes, I mean, they're a fucking mess. That's all I gotta say on them.
Well, they sold out pretty much almost everybody, other than they still got Chikrin, but yeah, one good player on a team of scrubs is essentially what the Coyotes are.
Truth. Very
at this
true.
point. And they're going to be bad. Seattle's going to be bad. Like I said, they started. They actually came off to a halfway decent start, but holy shit, would they lose like 6-1 to Philadelphia and lost bad again tonight? Yeah, Seattle's not going to be a good team. They're another team to just kind of fade the entire season.
So we're on fade the Lakers, Coyotes, and the Kraken right now.
I mean, I don't fully agree with the Lakers, but the Kraken and the Coyotes, I do agree with. I think the Coyotes might be worse than the Kraken. So
somehow, some way, but are they going to play each other this year?
Twice maybe. No, more than that. No, they're not, because the Coyotes are in the Central.
I was about to say they're in different divisions, Pacific. Aren't they?
Yeah, but they'll play twice.
They play 3 times, actually. November 6th, December 21st, and March 23rd.
It'll be interesting. That might be 3 wins for the Kraken.
Shit, honestly, though.
I'm telling you, the Coyotes are bad.
They are terrible, terrible hockey team. Noah, anything else you're looking out for this week, or anything before we get out of here and get ready for Degenerate Bets this week?
I don't know. I mean, all I know is incredible comeback from the Wild today. We're big on that. We're ready for hockey. We're going big on hockey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Cardinals are overrated. And on that note.
All right, Cardinals are not overrated. The Coyotes are the worst team in hockey. Kraken are the second worst. Please follow myself and Noah, myself at Brofict1, him at N_Brexton, us both at Degen Takes on Twitter, at Degen Takes 69 on TikTok. I post my shirt there every week. And we will be back later this week with more football picks, college football, NFL, everything in between on Degenerate Bets.